Close your eyes for a second. Right now, you are inhaling something invisible. Not oxygen, not pollution, fungal spores. About 1,000 of them every single day. They land on your lungs, they sit on your skin, they pass straight through your nose without asking permission. And most of the time, nothing happens. But sometimes, fungi decide to stop being polite. Usually, we don't fear fungi. The word is even cute. We fear things like viruses, thanks COVID, or bacteria. You hear MRSA or tuberculosis and you freak out. But fungi, we associate them with moldy bread, foot cream commercials, mushrooms on pizza. And medicine agreed. For most of modern medical history, fungi were treated as minor pathogens, annoying but manageable. And for a long time, that seemed true. Why? Well, humans have high body temperatures, complex immune systems, and skin barriers. And most fungi prefer cooler environments. So doctors assumed fungi aren't really adapted to infect mammals. And that assumption is now falling apart. Fungi are actually more dangerous than we once thought. The fungal kingdom might be emerging as one of the biggest threats to human health. And in this video, we will learn why fungi went from being adorable characters in science to the potential stars of the next pandemic. Now here's where things get biologically interesting. Fungi are eukaryotes, just like us. That means their cells have a nucleus, organelles, complex internal machinery. And bacteria are a lot simpler. They have a different cell structure. And this is a problem. Why? Well, scientists' lives would be a lot easier if we could just take the same antibiotics we use to kill bacteria to get rid of some of the fungi that are not good to us. But that doesn't happen. Antibiotics work on bacteria because they have cellular machinery that humans don't, making them easier to target without harming our own cells. For example, many antibiotics target structures or processes that are unique to bacteria. Something that's much harder to do with fungi, whose cells are more similar to ours. So antifungal drugs are fewer, more toxic, and harder to design. We have more than 20 classes of antibiotics, but only 5 classes of antifungal drugs. And resistance to fungi is rising. In recent years, we have started to get more clues that fungi are not our besties. With many events happening around the world, scientists started to notice that fungi were becoming popular pathogens. Take Candida auris as an example. First identified in the late 1990s, then suddenly, almost magically, it appeared all over the world at once. Different continents, different genetic lineages, same problem. Candida auris is a fungus that spreads in hospitals, survives on metal, plastic, fabric, and paper, resists disinfectants, and even resists drugs. In some Candida auris outbreaks, up to 2 out of every 3 infected patients died. This fungus colonizes skin, enters the bloodstream, and infects organs. And once it gets into an ICU, well, it's incredibly hard to remove. In some cases, hospitals had to rip out equipment, replace walls, even shut down entire wards. This is not athlete's foot. Oh no. This is a hospital infrastructure collapse fungus. Candida auris was already dangerous. Then COVID happened. Hospitals became overcrowded, understaffed, and focused on survival. And patients with COVID were put on ventilators, given steroids to suppress inflammation, and often given multiple drugs that disrupted their normal defenses. All of that weakens antifungal defenses. Disposable gowns and masks, well, suddenly reused. Those were perfect conditions for a fungus that lives on surfaces and spreads through contact. Candida auris didn't need to evolve, just needed an opportunity, and COVID handed it one. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Fungi are not invaders. They are ancient residents of Earth. They recycle dead matter, keep ecosystems running, and live on and inside us constantly. Your skin microbiome has fungi. Your gut, well, has fungi. The air, full of fungal spores. Every human on Earth inhales spores daily. Normally, your immune system clears them, and they pass through harmlessly. But fungi are opportunists. They wait. They don't chase us. They don't need us. They wait. And we've already seen this in real life in the case of Torrance Irvin. Torrance was a 44-year-old healthy man living in California. One day, he suddenly felt sick. Doctors thought it was pneumonia. It wasn't. It was valley fever, a disease caused by a fungus with a surprisingly fun name to say. Coccidioides. Yeah, Coccidioides. And here's the key part. This fungus lives quietly in dry soil, thrives in desert environments, has nothing to do with humans until the soil is disturbed through construction, farming, or strong winds. When the ground is disturbed, the fungus breaks apart and releases microscopic pores into the air. Torrance didn't catch this fungus from another person. He breathed it in. And once inside the body, the fungus takes advantage of a brand new opportunity. Inside the lungs, the spores transform into spherical structures filled with more spores. Those spheres grow, then burst, spreading infection through lung tissue and in severe cases to the brain. This is opportunism. The fungus didn't evolve to infect humans. It didn't change. The environment did. And climate change is making these opportunities more common. Areas that were once too cool for coccidioides, now warm and dry enough. Valley fever is moving north, the fungus is migrating, and not because it wants to infect us, but because parts of the planet are becoming better places for it to survive. Survival. That is a scary word to connect to fungi that want to see us gone. And at the moment, medicine might be losing the race. A race between fungi kicking human booty and medicine preventing that. Fungi adapt fast. And medicine, well, adapts slowly. Why? Well, antifungals are toxic, clinical trials take years, and financial incentives are weak. Some antifungals damage kidneys, require long treatments, and still fail. And vaccines, can they help us build immunity against fungi? Well, there has never been a human fungal vaccine. Not because it's impossible, but because fungi are complex. The immune system struggles to distinguish fungi from our own cells, and to be honest, the field was neglected. But with all of that, there is good news. Scientists are developing vaccines for valley fever. They are improving fungal diagnostics and treating fungi as serious global threats. One successful fungal vaccine could change everything, open the door for others, and reduce hospital infections dramatically. This is a turning point. Fungi are not all evil. They're doing what life always does. Adapting. But the world we've created that is warmer, more crowded, more medically complex, is giving fungi new chances. The fungal kingdom isn't coming. It's already here. And now we're finally paying attention.